Valley of the Zombies is a 1946 American B-movie, and is directed by Philip Ford. Our story begins with a nurse cleaning test tubes in the surgery she works at. A body mysteriously appears under a white sheet behind her, and when she investigates further, it turns out to be her boyfriend pretending to be dead. Now I'm not one to kink shame, but that is a bit morbid. After threatening to chloroform him, the nurse has a bit of a giggle, then their boss walks in and catches them in the act. Maynard, who runs the place, is a bit miffed that 10 pints of blood have recently been half-inched from his fridge, and wants his staff to be on high alert. Meanwhile, a creepy old twat is making a nuisance of himself on the rooftops. Maynard sends his employees home, and is then visited by an unusual man in his office. At first, Maynard doesn't recognize him, but after the dodgy dude reveals that he is in fact one of his former patients, he gasps in disbelief, mainly because the last time they met, the man was declared dead. The man is known as Murks, and tells Maynard that he has escaped from the nut house. We quickly realize that Murks is the bastard who's been nicking all the blood, and that he has been dabbling with voodoo rites, and devil potions. Murks has found a way to appear dead, but actually be living, and also tells Maynard that he learned this spell in a place called the Valley of the Zombies. Naturally, Maynard thinks Murks is a bona fide bonkers asshole, and offers to help him get his hands on more blood through the hospital. But old Murks is more interested in exacting his revenge, and strangles Maynard instead. Next, we meet Murks's brother, who has been aiding him in stealing blood. He sees that Maynard is dead, and tries to call the police, but Murks puts him out of his misery before he can explain what his dastardly dickhead brother is up to. Come on Murks, 2 murders in the space of 2 minutes, give it a rest. Murks somehow transports the bodies to a burial site, but the coppers get there halfway through his grave-digging antics. He hides in the woods and watches, as the policemen try to piece together clues, but they're bloody useless, and are more interested in cracking jokes. The police find Maynard's wallet by the half-finished grave, and immediately head over to the surgery to find more clues. Once there, they find the nurse and her boyfriend, and decide the two of them are prime suspects. They plead their innocence, and after the police have gone, discover the body of Murks' brother in the fridge. Of course, the police return to find their prime suspects with another body, and don't hesitate to take the 2 unfortunate physicians for a ride to the cop shop. And there we have it. A couple framed for multiple homicides, a slew of wise-cracking sleuths trying to put the baddies behind bars, and a spooky undead maniac with an addiction to blood. Can the couple prove their innocence? Will the police believe them, and be convinced that an unhinged lunatic is on the prowl? And will Murks kill again, now that his midnight blood bank is on lockdown? Valley of the Zombies is a proper misleading title for this movie. There's no valley, sorry for spoilers, no zombies, and unfortunately, no point in watching this. In just under an hour, this film is pretty short, but is the epitome of a 1940s horror B-movie. It's full of the tropes you may expect from this genre. A mausoleum with empty coffins, a seemingly abandoned house in the middle of a spooky forest, and an undertaker's lab full of embalmed stiffs. However, Valley of the Zombies doesn't do much else. Don't get me wrong, for a short film, it is still somewhat entertaining, and there are a few tense moments near the end, but it doesn't quite hit the mark in terms of scares or surprises. It is interesting to see a villain who needs blood to survive, but isn't a vampire though. The standout performer of the movie is without a doubt Murks, the antagonist, played by Ian Keith, who skulks around in his cape and top hat. He always emerges from the shadows, which is pretty creepy. You definitely would not want to meet this character down a dark alleyway. The film has no special effects, and instead relies on clever lighting, and a witty script to set the mood. Not all the jokes land, but I could appreciate they were trying to inject some humor into this otherwise lackluster horror flick. I'm not sure I would recommend Valley of the Zombies to someone looking for a black and white 1940s horror movie, but as B-movies go, there are worse ways to spend an hour of your life. Check it out if you want to kill time, or enjoy looking at middle-aged men in top hats. So what did you think? Have you seen this movie? Do you want to see this movie? Why not let me know in the comments below, and until next time, take care. Cheers babes.